We are back. We are back. Good, that was a nasty fucking surprise. Sorry about that. Didn't expect my internet to go completely apeshit. I didn't expect it to, mishandle having that much going on so badly. So, yeah, sorry about that. That was, rather awkward, but... fuck it. We move on. We're back on. So, back to where I was going. So, yeah. That was a song for less for Neckery and more for core. Because again, that was really one of my favorite things about her. So of course I was going to go ahead and write a song for that instead. Because again, I'm not sure. I just still don't think it's within my skill set to write a song for just plain Neko. Because her tastes in music are a little more poppy. She likes electronic music. She likes sort of acoustic, softer, female sort of singers. Daughter is one of her favorite acts, apparently. And again, I don't think that's within my skill set. So I wrote a song for core instead. Gent and drop A, little more within my wheelhouse. So, much like last song, I might as well tell you what inspired me to write melodies for her. So if we switch screens... there we go. Nice stinger. Electricity, ride the lightning, motherfucker. Anyways, so... let me find the section of the song. Let's talk about the verse first. I'll have you listen to that melody. So, where that melody came from. Again, when I write songs for people, I like to base it on catchphrases. And in this case, the catchphrase was what she always says at the beginning of her streams. Hello, chat. Hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello. That is how she always begins her streams. And to be blunt, I've got a jonesing for listening to it, but shit happens when you have to schedule. So, yeah. If you have attended her streams before, all you gotta do is just go back over our VODs and just watch the very beginning of it, so... nothing, too crazy, at least. Not too much of a time commitment to hear that particular catchphrase. The verse, on the other hand, might be a little more so. If I fast forward to that... there we go. So, here's the verse. Alright, so, the melody for that. The melody for that. Yeah, I know. Stupid shit happens when you have to imitate people. You should know, Mr. Chilled. Anyways, so yeah, the melody. That was inspired by a little more esoteric catchphrase. One that I've heard a bunch, but unless you're a true regular of our stream, you probably haven't. That was based on, see, her regulars... for want of a better term, they bully her quite a bit. I try to be overall nicer than that, but sometimes, switching straight by the way, sometimes it's a bit harder to resist. Just because it's just fun sometimes to just mess with your Oshi, you know? Just, sometimes you can't resist, but she does know how to push back. If we really bully her, sometimes she, says something along the lines of, damn it, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. And she just says the username of the person in question. So that's what inspired that melody. Damn it. Well, if I actually play the song. Damn it. Kick your fucking ass. Kick your ass. That sort of thing. That sort of idea. Now again, if you're writing a melody, like, it's easier to just write completely batshit random stuff if you have at least one phrase in mind that you can just build off of, spread off from there. And that's what happened in this case. So, at any rate, That's about all I gotta say about Neko. I could spend hours talking about her, but I'm not going to because I have at least 3 other songs to talk about. We got shit to do. We got stuff to watch. Yes, indeed. Neko is indeed one of those people, so you got lucky. Alright, so I just realized I should probably inform people that my stream died and then I'm back. Stream died for a beat, but I'm back on. 2 out of 5 song. Out. You're not too late. Send. There we go. So now nobody has an excuse to not come out. Anyways, so yeah, I can talk about Neko all the time, all day, but I'm not going to do that because, again, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic of discussion. I'm going to put her art up right away, despite the fact that it's sort of anachronistic to the story. Ta-da! So, this lady right here, this is Nina Saltone, who you probably should know, considering that she's arguably the most famous of the Gorls. Like, she has a big following. Constant. She rarely has less than 100 people watching her stream. That does not happen often. She has a very strong audience, very loyal audience as well. People know about her and people watch her, as they should. So, in my case, I discovered her again through Kitanya. Like, when they were early on in their careers, they got along really well. They collabed quite a few times, actually, and they had fantastic chemistry together. Hence why they became actual friends. Hence why they are, in a lot of ways, the first 2 of the Gorls. So, I believe the first time I watched her was one of her karaoke streams. She does monthly karaoke. And there's a reason for that. She is an amazing fucking singer. Like, Neko's amateur good, this woman is professional level good. And that was even before she took actual lessons. Like, this woman is insane. She can sing. It is stunning. It is amazing. So, that's all the reason I decided to start watching her. Because the other thing is, a lot of people, the reason, she has a bit of a cult of, like, she has an honestly god cult-like following compared to a lot of other VTubers. But there are good reasons for that. A lot of her fans will let you know that, as far as English-speaking VTubers go, she's basically the closest you're going to get to a Hololive-style VTuber. Which, I have no reason to doubt that. Although, that holds less water now that there's actual Hololive English, but even then, she's rather comparable. She's up there. She definitely has the potential to go corporate if she ever wants to, but she's doing just fine indie, so that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Knock on wood. So, brief tangent, brief aside, I don't watch corporate VTubers much anymore. I've sort of gotten, not my life anymore, not what I like anymore. We'll get into the reasons later if I get questioned on it, but that's basically all I gotta know. So, she's basically the closest thing in my regular watching rotation to a sort of a corporate VTuber. Just because that's just how much effort she puts into her content, how she composes herself, all that sort of thing. Although I did take a bit of a hiatus from watching her, but that's a story I don't want to get into on this particular stream. That's something I really shouldn't talk about in public in general. Not pleasant. Not fun. So, at any rate, welcome to the stream, Mexican Pan. Good to see you. So, yeah, that was how I got into Nina, but even then, I probably wouldn't have written a song for her had one particular event not happened. An event that you can probably tell just by looking at the album art right there. Her anniversary stream, and her debut of her crazy magical girl outfit. Especially how she revealed it in the first place. Her just singing a song and then literal fucking transformation sequence. That impressed the absolute shit out of me. I found that, like, that just blew me away. Like, the fact that she was, disappeared a bit. But yeah, the fact that she was able to pull that off, like, it impressed me so much that I was like, okay, that's it. I gotta write a fucking song for her. It doesn't matter. I gotta do it. It is crazy. She deserves a musical tribute from me. And so, I wrote one. And, yep, mid-song transformation. I don't know if the VOD is still up for that, or if she ever uploaded it to YouTube or anything, but if it is, like, if the clip is out there somewhere, it is crazy. It is absolutely worth watching. But, I'm not really in a position to look for it. I got something to do. So, let me go ahead and show you, for those of you, obviously this is where, I need to demonstrate the actual song I wrote for her, just in case we got anybody here who hasn't heard it yet. Zap zap. And here we go. My song for Nina Saltame. I call this one Whispers from Another World. I'll explain why after the song. Let's take a listen. And again, that one was designed to loop, so that was basically all she wrote for that song. I'm honestly pretty proud of how that one came out. I think that one came out really well. Especially considering I had some extra inspirations as well. So, also, I might as well say verbally, welcome Ariel Noriboshi, pleasure to see you again. It's been a minute. Probably both ways as well. But at any rate, so, that was my song for Nina. Was from Another World. So I might as well talk about some of my inspirations for that one. So for the actual arrangement and songwriting, I was mostly inspired by the works of Daisuke Ishawatari of Arc System Works. More specifically, his songs that are more majestic and feminine. The two songs that were my main references were Condemnation Wings from Blaze Blue, Tsubaki's theme, and the other one being Marionette from Guilty Gear Xrd, the theme of Elfeld Valentine. I love those songs a bunch, and I just couldn't resist. Yeah, of course, Arc System. I'm not here to please any. I mean, not here to surprise anyone, Disciple number 1. Anybody who has any even passing familiarity with me, hell, anybody who even looks at me, can probably see my Arc System Works fandom should be very plain to see. It's blindingly obvious. I don't make any attempt to hide it, so yeah, and it is great stuff to take inspiration from, of course. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't listen to that music and think, wow, I want to make shit just like that? Unless they're not into metal, in which case they are not my friend, so yeah. So, that was the arrangement inspiration, but again, let's talk about the melodies real quick. So, we'll start with the verse, if I can find it. Alright, I'm not going to bother switching screens, so just take a listen. Alright, so that violin part, that's where the first inspired melody came from. So, for those of you just joining me, I'm repeating myself a bit, but I have to. So, when I write songs for people, I always think of some of their main catchphrases, some of my favorite moments of them, just things you would expect them to say. That's easily It's a bit late for me to bring this up, but that's actually a genuine tactic in songwriting. They call it melody mining. Just listening to nature, listening to things that have a similar theme to what you want to write a song about. It just works. And in my case, if I'm writing a song for a VTuber, I look up their clips, think of what they always say when I watch them, that sort of thing. That violin melody is based on essentially Nina's beginning stream catchphrase. She likes to go, "Welcome, welcome, 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 welcome to the stream." That sort of thing. She's a bit gentler when it comes to greeting people than Neko or Tanya, so that really describes her in general. Gentle. Comfy, as she likes to say. There's a reason she's doing an ASMR stream right now that I'm overlapping because I'm a fucking loser, but these things happen, you know? That's just her vibe, and she sticks to it. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. That's what inspired that melody. So, let's skip ahead to the chorus, which is honestly one of my favorite pieces of music that I've written so far. I love what I did with this chorus, if I can find it. A little too late. Alright, so, chorus again. Take a listen. So, I love that chorus, but that's because I was really inspired with that one. So, where did the inspiration come from, you might ask? What phrase did I mine to get that effect? Well, allow me to, I think I'm better off just showing you, in this case. There's a sort of a reaction content here. Nobody likes that, or at least nobody will admit to liking that, but this is vital. This is actually relevant. This is me showing you where my ideas came from. So if I switch screens real quick. Zap. So, this right here is a Twitch clip. It is my favorite Twitch clip of Nina of all time. I'm going to play it, and when we get to the proper part, it'll speak for itself. Go.
Knock, muck, luck. It's not getting better. It's not getting better.
Yep. I think that clip speaks for itself. It should be fairly obvious why I like it so much. But what you may not notice is that that's where I got the idea for the chorus melody.
It's not getting better. It's not getting better.
So, yep. Shit. Double clicked by accident, but yes. That right there is what inspired my chorus melody. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. Ha ha. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. Ha ha. Straight up. Like, if you don't believe me, I'll... shit. Just realized you saw too much, but if you really don't believe me, I'll play them back to back just to really hammer it home. So there's the first phrase of the melody.
It's not getting better. It's not getting better.
And that was Nina losing her shit over an unfortunate combination lock mishap. Yes, indeed, that is the power of melody mining. You can come up with melodies, you can find the absolute fucking stupidest thing ever, but if you're good enough, if you're a skilled enough composer, you can hide where it came from, and nobody will be none the wiser. If I hadn't told you that was where that melody came from, you would have probably spent the rest of time wondering, holy shit, how did I come up with that melody? And there you go. That's how. Because Nina showed her cock on stream and just couldn't stop laughing about it. Being a musician is a funny thing sometimes. So, yep. I made that song in the middle of December. So, now we've arrived, timeline-wise, at towards the end of December. Roughly, or no, that was around Christmas time I actually, did it. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Like, actually, come to think of it, I think you may have done a couple of projects, like, as a matter of fact, it's, so if you're into YTPMVs, if you watched a bunch of those back in the day, that's basically melody mining, except they're not even trying to hide where it came up with. Yes, indeed, it's a smart idea. Like, again, if you have a VTuber you like, just, watch over some of your favorite moments from them, and there you go. There's melody ideas, rhythm ideas, just the whole nine. Nice and fun way to come up with melodies. It's the only way I can come up with melodies, as a matter of fact. Because, sure, like, the pre-chorus melody of this particular song I managed to pull out of my ass, but again, that was because I had a strong bass. I had two other melodies to pull from there. So, that's a score on that, but like I was about to say, so, timeline-wise, that stream happened in the middle of December, and it took me a couple of weeks to make the song, and I released it, well, I finished it Christmas night, but I didn't release it publicly until Christmas, the day after Christmas. Boxing Day for the Canadians. So, this brings me to, give or take a couple of weeks later. Oh shit, I don't have the next song open. Yes, I do, silly me. So, oh, wow, this is, a couple of weeks later. So, yes, so I was in the middle of working on some commissions, just listening over my songs that I wrote for the other two girls, my metal song for the other two girls. And then I had a flashback to my first project. The project that indirectly started this whole journey off. My song for Kitana's Ordinary Adventure. And it was then that I decided, I just thought about it. I was just sitting, thinking, trying to relax, and then I realized, oh, you know what would be the funniest shit ever? If I took that song, that happy Stardew Valley style song I wrote for Kitana's anniversary game, that gentle chiptune. What if I just made that metal just for the sake of, just for shits and giggles? And so I did. And this here is a big advantage of working with plugins. Because I already had all the melodies working out, like, this next song really didn't even require much in the way of songwriting at all. Like, pretty much all I had to do was just adapt the melody, adapt some of the parts, adapt some of the rhythms, and there we go. Like, I sort of had to write a drum part, but I use Easy Drummers, which, if you know how to use it, can basically write drum parts for you. But, yeah, needless to say, long story short, this particular song, this next song, did not take very long to write at all. And here we go. Voodoo. Which I titled because that is Afrikaans for rage, anger. Because that was basically my inspiration there. Just, what would happen if Itona just completely lost her shit and decided to start a fight? And there you go. Voodoo. Also, the artwork here is by Garrett's art, as Tanya would call him. As a matter of fact, he's a Twitch streamer, so let me go ahead and... This might take me a couple of attempts, so don't hold it against me if I get it wrong. Yeah, nope, that's the wrong one. Maybe this is the one. Yep, there he goes. Garrett's_art, Twitch streamer. He's made plenty of artwork for me too, but this artwork right here that you see on the cover of my song that he graciously allowed me to use, this was my other inspiration for the song. It was just too obvious. I love this art. I just love the idea of Titania losing her shit. This is the thing that happens in her streams, or at least it did happen when she used her self-made model. She had an alternate, sort of angry mode. Extra cheek stripe, red eyes. I personally loved it, but I don't recall if she's capable of making this, sort of face with her new model. It would be a tragedy if she couldn't, but that's her decision, that was her call, and we have to live with it. So, yeah, that's enough futzing around. Let's go ahead and just, switch screens, first of all. Switch screens. Turn off the fucking Sauceron music. And let's take a brief listen to Voodoo. And there you go. Again, short, I designed this to be loopable. To be loopable ad nauseum. Visual, just sort of a ad nauseum, complete, permanent loop sort of idea. That said, I'm still pretty proud of how that song came out. So, fun fact. Last night I actually showed this to the Chronomages on a whim one time. One of the Chronomages that I live with, as far as my residence on Earth. Just because I brought up that I've been doing music, and she insisted on listening to some. Sibling Skirter, pleasure to see you here. Welcome to the stream, good to see you, good to see you. At any rate, so, these were the two songs I chose to have her listen to, both the song for Kitania's Ordinary Adventure and this song right here, Voodoo. Which, side note, I asked Kitania herself how to pronounce that, and she was gracious enough to tell me. And in the same conversation, I decided to retroactively title the song for the game as well. Problem is, apparently I chose a very obscure word that does not come up in common Afrikaans speech. To the point that she didn't even know how to pronounce it, so my best guess, Geskore. And I'm pretty sure there's no Afrikaans speakers on the chat right now who can bail me out, so I just still have to just pray that I'm somewhere in the ballpark of listening to it. So, yep. Okay, I got sidetracked a bit. What was I about to talk about? Oh yeah. So yeah, I had the Chronomage listen to both songs back to back. And then I made the big reveal that they're literally the same song, just arranged with different instruments and in different keys. she did not hear that whatsoever. She thought they were completely different songs. So I suppose it's time I give you a little listen to both, back to back. Show you where they came from. So, first of all, where did the bass line come from, you may ask? Well, listen to this. So, bum 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 bum. Now remember that while I replay the very beginning of this song, the opening bass line. The resemblance should be a little more obvious now that I've played them back to back, shouldn't it? Now, going back, let's skip ahead to, when the bells kick in. So yep, there are your bells. So let's skip ahead to, when we get to the first proper melody of the song. Yes, again. Yes, it does change everything, which is why the mage in question thought they were different songs. And again, I get the feeling that I could have gotten away with just calling it a brand new song had I not admitted to the fact that this was based on the old song. Just because it amused me so much that I could just change the vibe this much. That's the power of music and the power of arrangement. So, next part. Listen to the, in Koji they call this instrument ocarina, but the sort of woodwind, sustained note sort of instrument. Take a listen to this. The part that goes da 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 da. Now remember that when we listen to the next part of this song. You hear it, right? Literally the exact same melody, just adapted to fit the environment of this particular song. And I'm probably, I'm wondering if I even need to play the melody again for you, because that should be far and away the most obvious tell that this was an adaptation of the last song. You know what, fuck it, I'll do it anyways. So again, here's the main melody of, the video game song. Now, keep that in mind as I play the chorus to this song. Again, a little more obvious. Should make it a little more obvious. It should be clear as day that that melody was based on the original. That's what I'm so proud. Like, again, clearly I did it subtly enough that I could get away with passing it off as an entirely original song. But where's the fun in that? Let's be honest here. Where is the fun in just taking one of your old songs and giving it a new name, despite the fact that it's literally the same song, just with different instruments. I think that's a good showcase of my skills that I managed to just make it that different. So yeah, that is Voodoo. And that's basically all there is to say about it, except for the fact that once I was finished with that particular song, that essentially forced me to finish the project. It made me realize, well, that's 3 out of the 4 girls now who have metal songs, all to call their own. There's still one last one left. I should probably finish the project. I might as well at this point. And that brings us to the last member of the Gorls, Koopa Fortuna. So, it's sort of fitting that she ended up being the last of the quadrilogy to get a song, because she was actually also the last one that I watched out of them. Simply because it's not that she wasn't on my radar before this, just there are a lot of VTubers to watch in the world of VTubing, and she just sort of fell through my cracks. Went under my radar just a bit. I was like, yeah, I'll watch her at some point. I'll give her a fair shake. And eventually I did. And she turned out to be amazing. She had her own unique vibe. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Calavera. Gee, I wonder, were your fucking ears ringing here? So for those of you who are not aware, Calavera right here is a... Wow, that's fitting. Gee, thanks, T-Bird. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to disappear for a second. Poof. I'm still going to talk, though. Actually, I have an idea. Holy shit, it's a cardboard cutout. Completely unmoving cardboard cutout. So, this will have to do for visuals until I actually finish the redeem. So yeah, for those of you not aware, Calavera VT. This right here is actually Koopa's papa. He is responsible for rigging most of her outfits at this point. And if you ask me, he does a real bang-up job. As a matter of fact, him and I's relationship is actually going to deepen quite a bit, but I'll let you stew on that for a bit, because I'm not ready to announce that yet. You'll see that when you'll know what's going on very soon. Just keep your eyes open for Friday. Real big announcement coming then. So, alright. I am finished changing, so let's go ahead and take away the cardboard cutout, and poof, here we go. Scuff install. So it's very fitting that somebody redeemed this while Calavera was here, because this model right here, this is his handiwork, right here. He just decided to take a couple of hours out of his day, just decided to little gimmick stream. He just decided to just see speedrun live 2D modeling. And if you ask me, for the time limits he imposed on himself, this is some actually pretty damn decent work. I'm very happy with it. Minus this detail. This isn't very fun, but again, 2 hours. Only so much you can do in that time. I'm glad, so for those of you who remember my birthday stream, they asked, somebody accused me of wearing socks with Crocs, or socks with sandals. I wouldn't, actually, but apparently Calavera decided to give a fucking artistic license, and that is a fair point. I don't believe I had a character sheet up at that point. I clearly should have, but bygones are bygones. Then again, this model is also outdated because it does not have a beard option. But again, this was before I decided to grow a beard, so that's hardly his fault. Anyways, that's enough about Calavera. Let's get back to talking about his daughter, Koopa. So again, she was on my radar just as a friend of the other 3 girls. But I didn't get the chance to watch her until a little later on. I believe it was just barely before, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks before I actually became a VTuber myself that I watched her for the first time, and I was like, holy shit. This woman's amazing. She had a completely different vibe from the other four. It blew me away. Just wasn't what I was expecting. Which shouldn't be that surprising considering her origins, what her main hangout was at the time. So of course she would have a different vibe from the other three who were more or less clean. Their hands are clean at that. But again, it gave her a different vibe. It made her entertaining in her own right. And I literally said so in chat the first time I watched her. Like that Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme of a lady meeting a cat, saying, "I've only known you for 5 minutes, but if anything happened to you, I'd kill everyone and then myself." It was that level of me just immediately being into her. So, of course, I ended up watching her more later. But then I realized, oh, wow. She just decided, apropos of nothing, like, just came out of nowhere. Like, she was just somebody. Just some person who watched VTubers and then decided, you know what? There are enough resources out there, I can probably do this myself. And so she did. And I was like, wow, holy shit, if she can make it work, maybe so can I. And thus, I came into existence. I decided to cross over into this world and all that shit. And that's my story on Koopa. And that's why I am so happy to watch her, so happy to know her. And I'm really hoping I get to spend a little more time with her in the coming months, days, weeks, whatever. But again, as of course, her being an important VTuber and being one of the Gorls, she ended up being, I was basically obligated. I had to write a song for her. So, for one last time, let's go ahead, switch screens, zap, boom, thunderclap. Let's play my last song out of the Gorls quadrilogy. Technically, quintology. I don't know if that's a word, but fuck it. So, yeah. Let's play my song for Koopa, which I have called Empty Magazine Balloons. And I just realized I had my fucking Zatsu music on that entire time. Apologies for that. That was dumb. Although on the bright side, apparently the actual song drowned it out, which was convenient, but still makes me feel rather silly. Unfortunately, you're not gonna get an encore for that. Time constraints. So, yeah. Now comes a segment where we talk about my inspirations for that song. So, originally, this was actually not specifically supposed to be for Koopa. I just came up with the riff ideas, just a sort of general vibe. Because one day, a few weeks ago, I randomly remembered how much I love the Load album by Metallica. Yes, that's right. Load by Metallica. Not one of their more popular albums, but personally, I fucking love it. I love its vibe. I love its bluesier take on the material. And I fully maintain that if literally anybody, any other band had released it, that album at least would be a fucking untouchable classic. I love it. So, that was my inspiration, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna write a song somewhat like that album. And then I realized, that song has a sort of a Dirty South vibe, and it's sort of a metal song. I mean, that album has a Dirty South vibe. It's a metal album. And I just realized, I haven't made a song for Koopa. Fuck it, send it, I'll merge the two. A song for Koopa based on Load, why not? And it seemed to work well enough, because she loved it, all of her viewers loved it. Her papa loves it, right? Right? Her papa loves that song, right? But in any case, so yeah, clearly I did a good job, and I didn't bring this up with Nina because she hasn't done this yet, but Koopa has also used my music to open her streams. Which, as I discussed earlier, I'm just so... That just makes me so proud. Like, that makes it all worth it. Like, they say getting paid and exposure isn't a good thing, but when it's somebody like Koopa, or Nina, or Neko, or Tanya, then it makes all the difference. Like, it's just not only flattering, but it just makes me feel like, yeah, this was the right thing to do. This was just absolutely great. It was... Like, I mean that for all 4 of these songs. Technically 5. Like, they were just fun to make. They made all the girls happy. Like, it was just perfect. And again, it gives me some exposure, like... It's not happening right now because I'm too busy preparing for a thing, but... Once I reopen my commissions, you could probably get music a lot like this. Hint, hint, hint. I'll be ready for more shilling, because that's going to happen after one last post I want to make. One last point I want to make. And that is, I forgot to mention the last little bit of inspiration. So, that little wah-based guitar melody. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum, that part. That actually had a very specific inspiration itself. That, of course, I actually couldn't really base it off of, because at the time, I could not find the specific video that inspired me, funnily enough. So, I suppose it's time for another basically sort of reaction content sort of idea. Let me switch screens. Zap. This is the video that inspired the melody to that song. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, or maybe I will. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just send it, and if I watch the whole thing, if we watch the whole thing, we watch the whole thing. Fuck it. So, boom.
What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know, I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al-Qaeda, and I have over 300 confirmed kills. I am trained in guerrilla warfare, and I'm the top sniper in the entire U.S. Armed Forces. You are nothing to me, but just another target. I will wipe you the fuck out with precision the likes of which has never been seen before on this earth.
So, yeah, I think I get the point of that one. Let me go ahead and link it in the chat right after I switch screens. Again. I swear I'm not using this as an excuse to show off my stinger, even though it is fucking cool. And if you want it for yourself, down there, in the description of my Twitch page, I credited everybody who made my assets, everything you see on screen. There should be a credit for it. Anyways, if you want to listen to the whole thing on your own, there's a link to it. And you'll notice that it's from almost a year ago, which is probably half the reason I had such a hard time finding it, but yes. So the melody. To Empty Magazine Blues. That was, effectively, what inspired me to write that chorus. My hazy recollection of, this song. And if you don't believe me, let me prove it. What the fuck did you just say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated at the top of my class. I forgot what this goes. You're fucking dead, kid. Oh shit, we got a subscriber, and for some reason or another, Stream Elements is taking a bit... There we go. Yep. So yeah, there's part of the overhaul right there. New notifications for everything. Thank you for the resub favor. I really fucking appreciate that. That is amazing. And Crayon Cliff, you have Calavera VT to thank for that. I don't know if he's still in chat, but if not, I'll just go ahead and shut him out. Really fucking quickly. Please be right. Yep, there you go. Calavera VT. Who was also Koopa's Papa. So, yes, you're looking at my scuff model that he made for me some time ago, along with several other VTubers. I am hardly the only one who has a model like this. The dude had a bit of a phase. He is a rather prodigious worker, which is very respectable, but, you know, sometimes we worry about him. Sometimes we worry that he works a bit too much, to his own detriment. So if you are still in here, then please, I implore you, Calavera, please, just know when to take breaks, just know when to take it easy. Yeah, he has that more than anything. We can tell you some stories, but that's a subject for another time. So, yeah, that was my summary for Koopa. So, there you go. As a matter of fact, that actually finishes everything I had to say about all 4 of the Gorls. My songs for all 5 of them. So, yep. So I guess I'll go ahead and give a little summary for anybody who arrived late. So, it all started in the late October 2020 when I was asked to contribute to this little fan game, Kitanya's Ordinary Adventure, by Uzaka the Fox. I wrote a song for that, for her, which I ended up later retroactively titling Geskore, which I'm still sure that I'm pronouncing completely wrong. Which was a fun project. She loved the game. She still uses that song as background music to this day. And it's just still easily one of my proudest work as far as my non-metal stuff. Shows my versatility rather well. Skipping ahead a bit to a few weeks ago, I decided to metalize that song as Vude, which was literally just Geskore, except metal, to the point that it was a little copy and paste job of a MIDI to different instruments, in a lot of ways. Like, pretty much the only things different were the key and what chords I used. It was, I believe, 1 flat 6, 1 flat 7 that I ended up using. Or maybe the other way around. Either way. So yeah, literally just the last song except metal. And yet it came out really fucking well despite that. For those of you coming here late, I still urge you to listen to those 2 songs back to back, just to see if you can pick out the similarities. Again, it should be easy, but it doesn't matter. I should probably turn my Zatsu music back on, shouldn't I? Anyways, so, yeah, but... And then, backtracking a bit to December, it was my Oshi's anniversary, Neckarine. Fantastic lady. Still wish I wasn't fucking overlapping her, but c'est la vie. Although I should probably admit that she's playing Bendy the Ink Machine today. Which is the whole reason I was willing to stream anyways instead of just delaying it or doing it another day. Because that's one of the few games that I've actually played that she's playing. And I sort of lost my patience with the first stream because she takes her sweet time solving puzzles. It takes her a few attempts, and I ended up losing my patience with her and decided, you know what, maybe I should skip the rest of these Bendy streams, just for the sake of my sanity. At any rate, she's still my Yoshi, though. She's still precious to me. Yeah, exactly. The desire to backseat too strong. And, yeah. Maybe that's part of the reason I decided to dedicate this to her alternate. So again, this isn't technically for Neko, it's more for Core, which is a character in her lore. The supercomputer or whatever that tends to possess her when she gets too mad. Which is a lot of the reason she's my Yoshi, because I fucking love that bit of lore. I love it when she gets mad, when she breaks out the red eyes. Gets all salty. I fucking love it. Hence why I dedicated this song, Core Values, to basically, Core. Neko-possessed Core. Like, there's still elements of the actual Neko in the verse, which is just sort of soft electronic-ish. Which I still didn't do the best job at, because I'm gonna be in love with you guys, I have zero idea what I'm doing with electronic music at all. Which, like I said earlier, is a lot of the reason that it took me so long to make a song for her in the first place. Because I didn't think I could do her justice with my skill set in that genre. But that is just... I came up with a solution, I decided to base it on core Possessed Neko instead, and the rest is history. So, fast forward another couple of weeks. Nina Saltome, Whispers from Another World. I decided to watch her anniversary stream. She transformed into her magical girl outfit before everyone's eyes. And I was like, holy fucking shit, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I need to write a song for her. And so I did. That I did based on the works of Daisuke Shibutari. Like, even more than the rest of my music anyways. Like, this one I was deliberately trying to rip him off. Specifically, the more majestic feminine songs, like Condemnation Wings, Marionette. Just, it was a fun to do, and I think it came out pretty well. Even if she's also the only one of the Gorls to not use one of my songs on stream yet. But again, it doesn't, yeah, precisely. Although apparently she was more inspired by Sympho gear when it came to this outfit. Which I don't know that much about, but T-Bird does. He could probably tell you about that. So, yeah. Like, especially if you look up the character sheet. Not that that's the main thing I pay attention to that, but it's a thing. And that was all the inspirations. Although, one last run-through of Koopa. Quappy. Love it. Love her as a streamer, she was the last one. I listened to the Load album and Metallica and decided, you know what? I love this album even though nobody else does, so fuck it, I'm gonna write a song based on it. And then I realized it has a Dirty South sort of vibe, just like Koopa does. So I was like, fuck it. This is her song. We'll make it so. And that's basically the last 2 hours of streaming summarized in 10 minutes. I don't regret a thing. I just love talking about those girls. I love talking about what inspired me to write my music. It's just a lot of fun. I find this shit fun. Yep. That undershoot. It's like, I go out of my way to try not to be fucking, nobody likes a horn dog man, but she knew what she was doing when she designed that outfit. We'll put it that way. Okay, moving right along. So, that basically does it for everything I wanted to talk about, except for some closing statements. The last couple of things I want to talk about before I decide to, say peace until Friday. Yes, indeed, I probably should watch Simple Gear. There's a lot of shows I should watch, but we'll save that discussion for a bit later on. So, in closing, generally, the fact that I designed all the songs to be short and loopable is actually not a coincidence. I don't know how many of those how many of the girls will end up on the project, but I will say, you will be hearing Tanya and Neko songs at the very least in an upcoming project that I'm a part of. I don't think I'm at liberty to really go into that much detail about it quite yet, but rest assured, those two songs are part of a project. A project that you will definitely see later on. That I'm excited to actually get to tell you guys about, because I'm actually doing quite a bit of work for it as well. Everybody involved in it is, and I think it'll be a good result in the end. We're all working our asses off when we can, and I think it'll be fun. So, next point. That said, 1:30 is rather short, and as you can tell, a couple of the songs, especially Koopa's if you ask me, were all sort of missing something. So, here's my reveal. This isn't gonna happen anytime soon because I'm way too busy right now, but at some point later this year, I want to make all 4 of the metal songs you heard today into full, proper songs proper 4 or 5 minute actual fucking music you would listen to, that you would hear in a Arc System Works game. Because I think these songs all deserve it. I think they all deserve to be extended, like to be made into the whole enchilada. It's what they deserve, it's what the songs deserve, it's what the girls deserve, so it's what I'm going to do. Now, this last point I want to make isn't going to happen, but it would be nice. You know, it would be really fun if I managed to do, if I could somehow convince the girls to actually, because, all 4 of them have at least some singing talent. You know, it would be really cool if I could convince them to sort of, form a singing group, and if I could actually, maybe, write a song for them based on these 4 songs. How fucking cool would that be? Pretty fucking cool, I would say. It's gonna take a lot of, breaking down discussion, but if they could be convinced, I think that would be rather nice. I think that would be a fun thing to do. But we'll see if, again, I can only promise that, but if I can manage to do it, it would be cool. But that's the future. That's a possible future. So, let's talk about the definite future a little bit before I decide to say peace. So, those of you who've seen my Twitter the last few days, you may have noticed I've been doing some teasing. Because you all should know by now that I am getting a new outfit very, very soon. And I'll go ahead and tell you all that on Friday, on my Twitter feed, I will be revealing the new outfit in its entirety. It's beautiful. I think it turned out really well. But I think just for coming here, hanging out with me, I think you guys deserve a little treat. So, thank yourselves for deciding to come in and come hang out with me. You get a little exclusive thing. A nice little exclusive bonus. If I can find it. Let's see. Let's look for it. Yes, I do really appreciate your sibling loyalty. That's something I can definitely, that's more than I can ask for. Then again, that is a standard I hold myself to, so I guess it's only fair, but either way, still appreciate you coming to hang out. So, let's see. Here we go. Bam. So, exclusive to you. This is what I was going to share on Thursday. But you get it, give or take, a day early. Look at this. The silhouette of my brand new outfit. Looks pretty cuckin' fool, doesn't it? Yep. There you go. The silhouette of my new outfit. Big ol' axe. Less big ol' gun. Yep, getting upgraded. I'd like to think this is some nice little preview. But again, this is only the silhouette. If you want to see the actual uncensored, well, unteased version of this image, I'm afraid you're just going to have to wait until Friday. Now, this particular image, like I said, isn't going up until Thursday. But I decided, since you all decided to take the time out of your day to come see me, come hang out with me, I just thought you deserved a little treat. And here's your treat. You get to see the silhouette a day early. It would be rather funny if I decided to show you the whole thing, but nope. Gotta keep you guessing. I'll allow you to speculate what this looks like, until now. Might as well give you a little closer look. So again, big axe. Some little... Gee, what could these be? What could that be? What do my shoes look like? You'll find out on Friday. So, I'll spoil it ahead of time that this artwork was done by the lovely Mama Meowry, just like the last outfit. This is just, of course I was going to go with her again. She did amazingly with this outfit that you see right here. Not so much this model, but the artwork for that model. She did great, so of course I was going to stick with her. That said, I will go ahead and, partially spoil Friday's reveal again. So, I'm sure you're all aware of, my current Papa, Papa Tobak. I think he did a good job for what it's worth, but I decided to go with, a new Papa for this upcoming outfit. I'm not going to reveal who exactly it is, but again, you will learn on Friday. My Papa's a pretty big name. My Papa is somebody his reputation precedes him. He has done a lot of good work for a lot of people, so I decided, you know what, I think I can trust him. Wow, a lot of speculation on where the axe information came from. You guys are in for a surprise. But, anyways. So, yep, new Papa incoming. Somebody else is going to be animating me this time. I'm not ready to reveal quite yet. Oh, do I look like I'm made of money, woman? No, it's not Brian Suey. It's nobody Iron Vortex. As a matter of fact, I actually sort of have bad blood with those guys. So, I guess I'll retell this story apropos of nothing. The Live 2D Discord. The famous Brian Suey run Live 2D Discord. That, in theory, anybody who wants to be a VTuber should be able to join and look for artists and riggers to work with. But, in practice, it was a fucking headache. Their piece of shit authentication bot decided not to let me in. So, I just never got to go in there myself. The bot turned me away just because it would not accept any of the social medias that I gave it to ask, hey. Like, it wanted me to authenticate myself via some whatever fucking, social medias. But it just didn't accept it. So, what it ended up having to do was, I had to have a friend who was a new VTuber, who also had aspirations of being a VTuber at the time, who wound up, was already in that server on his viewer account from when he decided to become a VTuber. So basically, he had to play middleman for me. At the time, as in, he was wanting to become a VTuber at the time. We're still... I mean, we haven't talked in a bit, but we're still friends, I would assume. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and spill it. This is Daishima we're talking about. Daishima was the one who helped me out here. He was the one whose viewer account was still, fortunately, in, the Brian Suey Discord, and he was the one who had to play middleman. He basically had to post, my inspiration sheet on my behalf in there, and he was the one who basically had to forward all the artists who responded to that to me. And that was, bit jank, bit of a pain in the ass, but it's how I met Meowry, so I'd say it was worth it. It's also how I met my Papa. But fortunately, this time I didn't have to do that Dosido, because I decided to work with Meowry again, because why wouldn't I? She's amazing. And I met my Papa through other means. And it's just, I think we're already off to a good working relationship start, so I'm looking forward to actually getting to tell you who my Papa is. And I think you're going to be pleased. Yeah, the art is top-notch. Mama can draw. Mama is an amazing artist. She also, at one point, planned on becoming a VTuber, and as far as I know, she still does, but, she's apparently a bit busy, still has to gather money for assets to actually jump into it. I really hope she does, because I would love to watch her. I would love to see her at it. And especially, have her involved in the big family collabs that we want to do, but still need to schedule. But yeah, the family I'm joining via my papa is also great. I'm looking forward to getting to know, properly getting to know them as well, because they are some, his family is full of some absolutely amazing people, and I think these two families will get along pretty well. It would be nice to sort of merge them, so to speak. But we'll see when we see. And with that, that is literally everything I wanted to talk about today. Man, that felt good getting everything just off of my chest. Just getting to actually just talk. Yes, VTuber families are amazing. It's just the best. Like, all the fun of having corporate gen mates, except you can actually get to know each other a little better. And you're not quite as beholden to standards. The stupid collab band shit isn't a thing. It's just all fun, all excitement, all the time. It's just all the fun. All killer, no filler. I cannot wait to get to talk to everybody. So, anyways, that'll do it for the stream. And once I think of who to raid, so Neko and Nina are still both live. Obviously, I gotta raid one of them. Should we shoot for the stars and go for Nina, who currently has 433 viewers? Or should I go for Neko with a more humble 52? The difference being she's my fucking Oshi, so of course. Decisions. You know what? Let's shoot for the stars. Let's go raid Nina. We're raiding Nina. Apropos of nothing. I have no fear. I have no compunctions. No shame. No fear. But of course, I gotta wait for a goddamn ad to play out. Fucking Twitch. I hate this scene. Yeah, this is the disadvantage of Twitch. You gotta fucking wait for the ads to play out. It's a shame it's pretty much objectively better in every other way, huh? I don't know if Ariel's still in here, but she's not gonna be happy with me for saying that, but she'll realize things eventually. She'll see the light. But, in any case, so, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope you appreciated the little sneak peek gift. So, that'll do it until Friday, where I play 999 and probably rack my brain. And probably be a hypocrite, because the entire reason I decided to overlap Neko was because I was afraid of getting frustrated watching her fuck up the puzzles. So, odds are, I'm sure at least a few of you are going to be going through the same feelings. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, take it easy. Oh, let's go raid Nina. I will see you all on Friday. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I should probably put back singing aloud in the tags on that stream. Okay, but seriously, we're finished here. See you later. Have a good day. See ya.